back. Welcome back, everyone. Oh, yeah, Pringe is here. Sorry,
Hey guys.
he was off cam.
This is Pringe from Ledger CS.
And this is Dan from Ledger CS. Welcome back for another edition.
Another edition of
Live Sport.
Yep. So if you guys have any questions regarding Ledger devices, crypto, NFT, smart contracts, then we are here for 1 hour and you can ask your questions in the chat. And me and Dan will pick up the questions and reply them in the real time.
And we've got one question and another question. So maybe we'll start with the first question.
Yep, just a suggestion.
Cool. From Crimson. So can you make it so on Android I can get a CSV file of all my transactions for taxes? The only way is apparently on computer. I need a way to get them from Android mobile. So I think you did, tried that, right?
Yeah, we did try troubleshooting, and indeed, it's not only for Android. I think it's Ledger Live mobile app in general does not have this feature where it can export the transaction history. So thanks you for the feedback, Crimson, and we'll definitely escalate this to our team so that they can maybe incorporate this in future versions of Ledger Live mobile.
So in the meantime, Crimson, there's many ways you can get the transaction history.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on Ledger Live desktop, so that's one way you can do it. Or you can paste your address in the blockchain explorer. So for example, if you've got EVM addresses, Ethereum, BNB, Arbitrum, Optimism, those, you can go on Etherscan and you can get exports from Etherscan, and they are very complete. For Solana, you can use like an export like a solana.fm. This one also has a CSV export feature. So by doing, it's a little more work, of course, but by going like explorer by explorer, you might actually get quite good, accurate data.
Exactly.
Okay.
Next is Linwood Jones is saying, hi, is the new ledger available yet? So I think Linwood is referring to stacks. So yeah, we have started shipments for the stacks for the pre-orders that were being made, I think, a couple of years back. And once we completely ship all the pre-orders, then we'll definitely open them on our website. We don't have an exact ETA when the new orders are going to be available. But for now, if you want to purchase a stacks device, then there is still a way. You can buy the NFT, which is available on the open secondary marketplace like OpenSea. And then you can redeem the NFT on our website, and then you can place the order. Of course, any order that is placed now, we automatically go in the third batch or maybe the batch after that. So the shipment won't be immediate basically, because it will first be shipped to the pre-orders, and then you can get yours once we have completed shipping all the pre-orders basically.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and people are saying good things about stacks.
Yep.
I think people that had received their stacks, they're pretty happy with it. I do have mine, and it's pretty nice, especially the customizable screen. Cool. And then we've got BT, hey, and chicken emoji. So hey BT.
Mm-hmm.
Then next one is from Tom Snyder, asking why does Figment Solana balances appear on Ledger Live portfolio page, like the staking by Figment, but the Figment ETH does not. So when you stake 30 ETH, 32 ETH, I guess, with Figment, the reason is because, so first of all, Ledger Live cannot detect those transactions where you stake your ETH via Figment. So this is not incorporated. So if you want to track your ETH staking with Figment, you have to do it via the Figment app in the discovery section. There is no other way to do it for now. You can also use like a blockchain explorer, like I think it's called beaconcha.in, beacon chain basically, where you can see your validator and things like that. But yeah, just for now, the best way is just to use the Figment dashboard in the discover section.
Yep. Next is Lee Weil asking, hey man, I've got an issue with my Nano X battery and I'm getting an error. So I'm going to there's an article that we have which steps some troubleshooting steps that you can try to fix this issue. And if this doesn't work, Lee, then you can definitely get a replacement for the device if it's a hardware issue. So don't worry. Try the troubleshooting steps that I'm linking right now. And if the issue persists, then reach out to us and then we'll get you a replacement.
Because like not all battery issues require like changing the device, right? Some of them can be bypassed
during updating the firmware, or maybe trying a different port, or maybe charging it for a couple of hours while the wall socket and all, and then you can definitely try to fix it there.
Yeah, and on the Nano X, although I'm not saying you should do that, but even if the battery, just in case you were wondering, even if the battery dies on a Nano X, you can still use the device. But of course, if you have a Nano X, we have to assume that you like using the battery. But just in case, if you were wondering, the device doesn't die completely. If the battery dies, you can still use it as like a Nano X Plus, yeah, basically.
And yeah, so I'm also linking the article Lee for you. If the device doesn't work, if the issue still persists, you can request a replacement directly from our website. You don't even need to reach out to us. And yeah, once the old device is sent back, we'll give you the new replacement as soon as possible.
Nice. We've got a thank you from Crimson. And Crimson, if you have any more questions, go for it. Me and Pringe, we're here for another 45 minutes-ish. So this is your time, guys, to ask any questions that you want. You can ask questions about Ledger Live, the Ledger device, the Ledger stacks.
Supported tokens, NFTs, cryptos. Everything.
Yeah. Anything you want, really. This is your moment to interact with us and ask anything you want. Then we've got a thank you from Linwood as well. And then Crypto Professor asking, hey guys, I just bought a Centrifuge token on Polkadot, I guess. Could you help me with the best way to store this particular token, either through Ledger or any other wallet? I think that's going to be another wallet.
So Ledger used to support CFG before, but there was the app was developed by the CFG community, and then the maintenance was not done regularly. So now it's not possible to manage your tokens on with your Ledger device. However, you can still use a different wallet like Talisman or I would say sub wallet with your Ledger without your Ledger device, and then you can still create your accounts. But make sure this account will not be secured by the 24-word seed phrase that is inside your Ledger. It will be linked to the software wallet 12 or 24-word seed phrase depending on the wallet that you use. So you can still manage your funds, but yeah, for now they won't be able to secure it with your Ledger device.
Okay, so it will be a completely different wallet with its own recovery phrase.
Exactly.
Okay. And will we support Centrifuge in the future, maybe? Or?
Yeah, I think we are kind of working on a single app that is going to be used to manage all the parachains, I guess, that are there with Polkadot. And once we launch this new app, then yeah, you would be able to do the security tokens in future, but not now.
Okay, sounds good. Then we've got James asking, do you support Base? And the answer, James, is yes, we do support Base. Prince can drop an article in the chat to show you how to add a Base account. Just gonna show you real quick as well. It's because that's something that's not super clear in the Help Center article, but if you type Base, you will get like a ton of different options here. The one you want is actually super buried here. That's the one you want. Base ETH, yeah. So that's the account you want to add, and then you can send your coins to your Base account. Don't forget to add some ETH to your Base account as well, so you're able to manage tokens from that account as well.
Nice, we're getting a lot of questions. So next is Nemo is saying hello Dan and Prince. Hello, nice to have you here. Next is Srinik is asking, are there any plans to integrate address book feature into Ledger Live? This will make sending transactions much simpler. So yes, DRH, we have escalated this feedback. We have escalated this feedback to our team, Srinik. And then once if they have more resources and time and bandwidth to do this, it could be coming in the future versions of Ledger Live. But yes, we agree that this could be a good feature, and then we have escalated this to our engineering team.
Okay, and then there is a follow-up question by Nemo about Base, asking when will we see NFT support for Base, OP mainnet, and ARB. So it is true that it's not in Ledger Live proper. Like in your accounts, you won't see your NFTs on Base, OP mainnet, and ARB. But that being said, however, there's a way to see them. You go in the Discover section here, you type Zerion, and I'll show you. I think I've got some NFT on Base. Yeah, you go to NFT section here, and lo and behold, you will see your NFTs on Base. And
different EVM chains as well. If you just change the network, then it will show you on Optimism, Arbitrum, and other networks that you would like to see. But yeah, for now, no direct way to see those NFTs inside your Ledger ETH or Ledger OP or Ledger mainnet or Base mainnet account basically. But you will see using Zerion, so it's within the same app, but just a different section of there.
Yeah, it's in the Ledger basically.
Yeah, right? It's in Ledger Live, so you don't have to use any third-party wallet basically.
Okay, cool. Next question. we had Thiago saying
DRH.
Treasure Safe 3.
Yep.
So that's the wrong stream. I think.
Yeah.
We're the Ledger team.
That's not the new device that we were talking about. So.
That's not the one. Next is from DRH Eunice. Said, I just added a passphrase to my ledger, but when I try to add a new account to my passphrase account, I have an error. I think it's because you probably haven't, when you set up a passphrase on your ledger device, the ledger is not configured on the passphrase accounts yet. You have to power down the device, or like unplug the device, go back to pin lock, then reconnect the device, and then unlock the device with your passphrase pin. And then only then does the device charge or load the passphrase accounts, and then you can go ahead and add those passphrase accounts. If you try, if your ledger device is on the passphrase pin and you try to interact with accounts that are not secured by the passphrase, you will get a recovery phrase error. What's the exact message? Something went wrong.
Something went wrong.
Yeah.
Please check the recovery phrase or the passphrase associated with the account. So we have a Help Center article that explains this step. So you can just try to set up the passphrase again, but please link it to a different pin than your recovery phrase pin. Otherwise, you'll run into the same error again.
So yeah, make sure you track like which accounts are secure by your passphrase and which accounts are secure by your recovery phrase, because you will get a error message if you mismatch them. Then we've got Thiago asking, what is the real reason for Ledger not to listen to its customers and produce a firmware without the controversial Ledger recovery and give customers the freedom to install one or the other? So that's a good question, and actually there's been many answers to this. Our CTO has actually answered the question back like a year ago when Recover launched. But basically just the basics. First of all, like updating the firmware does not activate Ledger Recover, so they're completely separate. So you're safe to update the firmware
and not use the recover service.
And not use Recover, exactly. And for the reason why we don't have two firmware, you can go back to the Bankless podcast from 2023 around the Recover. So there is one, you go on the Bankless podcast channel on YouTube, and then you type Ledger Recover, you'll find the video. It is with our CTO, Charles Guillemet, and you just listen to the podcast, and there's a section where he answers this exact question. I forgot exactly what the answer was, but you put it very eloquently in the podcast.
I think the brief was that having multiple firmwares for multiple devices is going to cost us a lot in maintenance, and the bandwidth is going to cost us a lot. So just to launch the firmware and maintain it for different devices, because as you see there, we have like 3 devices for now, and each device has its own firmware. So in the end, if we have like 2 separate firmwares for each device, then we have to create 6 firmwares and then have to maintain those firmwares, and we need additional resources to do that. And so that's why seeing that, I think that's the main reason that we still went with only one firmware, because does not affect the security of your funds, even if you update the firmware or you don't update the firmware.
So yeah, again, that's core is like, there's been a lot of work that's been put into the Ledger Recover. It's not something that we did in like a month and launched. This thing has been like under research for a very, very long time, and the Ledger team is very, very talented at that. And there is no security issue between having Ledger Recover code within the firmware, right? Those two, they don't, unless you activate Recover, which you have to opt in. It's by default, it's not activated. Then that doesn't present any security issues.
Yeah, and it's not like you just press a button and then it will activate. You have to go through a KYC process, and then you have to give your documents, and then it will be creating your account for Recover. So it's not something that you press by mistake and then it's activated. So yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got a question by Linwood. Can you read that one? I can't see it.
Linwood is saying, is option to trade and block DAG legit? Also, is Kendo Inu a good project? So, no financial advice, as you always know, Linwood, but you just need to do some research by yourself on this one, because I am not very familiar with either of these projects, but just do your own research, and if you think that is something that you'd like to invest in, then make that decision based on research and analysis that you do.
Be careful. Just avoid, do due diligence first. try, like, any project that has weird vibes and that will feel scammy, I would stay away from. If you get this feeling that something is a little off, you can visit the Discord if they have one and just talk to people in the community, see what they think about the project. Maybe on Reddit, have some feedback over there as well.
Next is PM is asking, any plans to add CKB, which is I think Nervos, in Ledger Live? I'm currently how to manage my Ledger device with Neuron Wallet. So PM, eventually all the third-party apps that you use for different tokens are soon going to be like integrated in Ledger Live. That's a long-term vision for us. But we don't have an exact ETA on when it's going to happen, like when we're going to integrate the CKB inside Ledger Live. What we can do is we can escalate your feedback to our engineering team, and then maybe they can give us an update on when are we have this on a roadmap or not.
Okay, then we've got a question about ETH staking from Abyss. So which ETH staking on Ledger devices is better with lowest risk amongst Kiln, Stater, or Lido? So just to be clear, ETH staking is always risky. There is always some risk somewhere. So in the case of Kiln, Stater, and Lido, they all use smart contracts under the hood. So you're taking smart contract risk. You're just betting that those teams like program the smart contract in a way that's safe. Okay, that's the first risk. Also, staking on Ethereum can incur slashing, right? Slashing is when the node, your validator, is behaving in ways that is malicious, or that's something that can be punishable by Ethereum, the protocol, and that could result in slashing events and you losing a little bit of ETH, right? So there's always risk. What I would recommend is actually spread your ETH between different providers, right? So for example, if you have, I don't know, like you've got 100% of your ETH, right? You put like a third of that into Kiln, a third of that into Stater, a third of that into Lido, so you can sleep well. You don't have to rely on one singular provider. That's the way I would do it.
And we also have Rocket Pool as well inside Ledger Live. So if you want to like stake using their service as well, you can still stake your Ethereum.
Yeah. Rocket Pool is a good one too. Yeah.
Next is Tiago is saying firmware without Ledger Live. So firmware without Ledger Live, Tiago, I don't know, like can you rephrase your question, then we can give you a better answer on it.
Yeah, I think he meant like
updating the firmware.
Ledger Recover, because he had this Ledger Recover question above, so we answered that question pretty much like now I don't think there's a project to have two different firmware, and again, it's not a problem security wise. Just go watch the Bankless podcast with our CTO. He answers the question very well on the technical level.
Exactly. Next is Cindric is asking, patiently awaiting Ravencoin integration into Ledger Live. So we'll also escalate your feedback, Cindric, and maybe we'll ask them if there is any plan to bring that this token inside Ledger Live, so you don't need to use a third party. DRH is saying, that's what I did. I unplugged Ledger device, plugged it in again, logged in with my passphrase pin. Then I went to dashboard, added a new account, but I always get the error, the message something went wrong. So maybe there is something you are doing wrong, DRH. So I would just suggest you to, reset the device, and then do the setup again, and then try to add it again. And there's also a video tutorial on our guide that you can follow, and then you can follow step-by-step information over there, and then you can set up correctly. Well, if you do everything correctly, you will not get the error message. I mean, if you're getting error message, that means there is some step that was not followed correctly, and that's why the setup is not completely efficient and correct, basically.
It's really strange that he logged in with his passphrase pin and got the error message when adding an account.
Yeah, usually you don't get it.
You don't get it at this stage, right?
It's only when you're trying to receive and send from that account too.
So maybe like Younes, maybe you were trying to use an old Tron account, and maybe you went into like your regular Tron account, the one that's not secured by a passphrase, and then you did a like add token like this.
Could be possible, yes.
Maybe, and that's when you got the error because you were using the non-passphrase account. I don't know.
Just try to go to the main account section, and there's an add account on the top right, and then try to add the Tron account from there, and let us know if you still get the error message, DRH. Next is Lucille is asking, hi, how can I add Zinfin account to my Ledger Nano X? Thanks.
Thanks, DC. It's hard these days, yeah.
So Lucille, basically there is some issue with the beta of Zinfin wallet. So it used to be supported with Ledger device, and people can create an account using the Zinfin wallet, which is the only wallet available at that point in time. But recently the Zinfin wallet is not working correctly, so in that case, for now, you will not be able to secure your tokens with the Ledger device.
Yeah, it's best not to do it for now. Yeah, because you could use MetaMask, but they don't have the same duration path, and that might cause issues down the line. Yeah.
So for now, you'll see. Sorry, there is no workaround for this.
It's probably like a hot wallet is probably best, like for now at least. Yeah,
for now you can use a hot wallet like Ether wallet or MetaMask, for example. Next is Nemo. Here is something I want to pass on to Dev. In Ledger Live app on Android, Polygon ZK EVM crashes Ledger Live. Although this problem is not an issue on iPhone since I use both the phones. Okay, Nemo, so you mean like when you open and try to add an account, it crashes? Or if you can give us some more information, then we can definitely escalate your feedback to our dev team.
Yeah, we'll need like something. Sorry to be like that, but we'll need something very specific, like the exact steps that you took throughout the app to understand exactly where the issue is. So when you say Polygon ZK EVM, I don't think that one is supported actually. So you mean like the Polygon Matic, like the POS chain, I'm guessing. But as Prince was saying, like tell us exactly the sequence of taps you did on the app, so we know exactly where to pinpoint the issue.
PM is saying, thank you guys, appreciate it. Welcome, PM. Patrick is asking, hi, why can I not send Velo protocol from my exchange to my Ledger Stellar account? Okay, let's see if it's fine.
Velo protocol.
Maybe it's a token on XLM chain.
Yeah, I think so. There is a bunch of tokens that are called Velo, and there's one on Stellar, yeah. You should be able to, but Ledger Live, I don't think Ledger Live supports Velo.
Or any XLM token.
Yeah, so you'll have to use like a third-party wallet that will display the tokens, like I always forget the name. Stellar Terms.
Stellar Term?
Yeah, Stellar Terms.
I'm gonna link the article so you can just use that. But he's saying he's not able to receive the tokens.
You should be able to. So Patrick, can you tell us like where can you confirm first of all that the tokens you got are the Stellar, the Stellar tokens, and not like, because Velo is also a coin on Ethereum on Base. It's a famous token for the Velodrome protocol as well.
It's possible that the network that you're using to withdraw the tokens is not supported by the exchange, and maybe that's why you're not able to send them to your XLM account, and they only support maybe on Ethereum or other network, for example. So that could be possible, Patrick. So give us some more information, maybe we can help you out with this. Next is Queen Satoshi is asking, how do you update? So Queen Satoshi, there is a lot of things to update. For example, Ledger Crypto app, your device, your firmware, Ledger Live app in general. So if you can let us know what are you looking to update, then we can give you exact steps to update that thing.
If it's Ledger Live, for example, there will be a banner at the top. So you just click update. The next time you close Ledger Live and you restart it, Ledger Live will be up to date. Patrick is saying Stellar platform.
So it's possible that does the exchange support sending tokens on Stellar network, like withdrawing the token on Stellar network? Maybe that could be the issue, because if you try to enter the Stellar address, but if the exchange only supports withdrawing on Ethereum network, for example, then it will show you invalid address, because Stellar address and Ethereum addresses are different. So that could be the issue.
And I think no longer afraid is saying like avoid. So I'm guessing maybe he's reacting to how do you update, like avoid updating, but it's actually not a good idea to avoid updating for multiple reasons. The first one is like you're missing out on new features. That's the first one. And like if you continue updating Ledger Live, which is done automatically now, but you never update the firmware and the device and the apps, like eventually you will get connection issues between Ledger Live and your device. And also like third-party wallet will keep updating as well. So you will get in a situation where eventually like even third-party wallet will not accept your ledger, or like there will be connection issues because your apps are, on old version.
Outdated.
Yeah, they're outdated. Yeah, so it's always a good idea to keep things up to date. You don't have to do systematically be the first person to update, but once in a while just do a complete update, and at least you can
manage your funds smoothly, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
You won't run into any error messages or anything.
Yeah, Patrick saying yes, I've sent XLM there.
So Patrick, the best thing you can do would be to reach out to us, and then we'll definitely look into the case and we'll see which exchange is it, and then we'll try to test it on our end, and then we'll try to reproduce.
So Cyber R6, can I save all the money I got in Ledger? Is it safe for that? So yes, it's safe, but you need to protect your recovery phrase. If it's your first time using a Ledger device, if you're not used to having your own private keys, I would say do not put all your money in your Ledger just now, right? Start with a small amount, then get comfortable like using your Ledger device, sending money, receiving, protecting your recovery phrase. That's the most important. Okay, the 24-word recovery phrase. If someone gets it, or if you give it to someone, you will lose all your money. Okay, so very, very important not to do it. So yeah, I would say, so start small, get comfortable, and then only once you get in skills and confidence, then you can start moving more and more money into your Ledger device. But yeah.
And I also linked the list of all the supported tokens that we have. This is supported with the Ledger device, and if not, Ledger device and Ledger Live, so both. So you can check it out, and then you can choose that token to withdraw and correctly send it to your correct address.
Patrick is asking, how does he get in touch, basically?
I think first we have to answer Queen, because she's asking how to update the firmware. So
yeah.
Queen, let us know which device do you have. It's a Nano S, Nano X Plus, so we can give you the steps in the chat. And then we can reply to Nemo is telling, so when I tap on Polygon account, it crashes. Like, no, it's not the POS chain, it's the ZK EVM chain.
ZK EVM?
Yeah, on an iPhone it works, and on the Android it crashes, basically. That's his case. So we'll check it out on our end, Nemo, on the Android version, and then if it's actually the one, then we'll try to escalate this feedback to our dev for sure.
I didn't even know ZK EVM was supported.
I think it's recent to the new version, I guess it's supported.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't even know that was here.
Okay, and Queen, I'm linking the articles to that will help you update the firmware of your Nano X. So, and you can just follow all the steps there. Just make sure that you're on the latest version of Ledger Live, which is 2.81.2, that you can check into. If you go to About, if you go to Settings, you go About, and then you'll see the latest version over there on the screen, as you can see.
Yeah.
And if it's on the latest version, you will see the latest firmware option, which is available for Nano X, which should be
for the Nano X 2.2.3.
Right? Okay. Okay. So let's update to the latest version by following the steps here. Now, Patrick, for you, you can do one thing. You can just reach out to us. How can you reach out? Is that you can just go to support. From the app you can go and click on Ledger Support.
And yeah.
And then it will take you to a new page which looks like this. And then at the bottom of the page, on the right side, you will see a Contact Us button, just like at the bottom. And then you can start. You can open a live chat. So one of our agents will be there and reply you in lifetime. Or you can drop an email address, and then we'll get back to you via the email that you have provided us.
Perfect. Yeah, we tend to forget that there's a lot of cool links here in
which are legit ones. So I think you should always use the links from here. So guys, if you want to follow us on Twitter, or maybe if you want to check out if there's an issue with Ledger status, you can always use these pages to reach out to us. These are legit ones inside the app.
They should be highlighted more, I think, because a lot of people are getting scammed.
Maybe we can try putting it on tomorrow's tweet of the day, and then maybe people can.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah,
need help, and then we can take a screenshot and.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Okay, next is Mark is asking, are there any plans to incorporate Arweave network in Ledger?
Not anytime soon, but for now, if you have a Nano S Plus or Nano S, you can add an Arweave account with a third-party wallet. It's probably going to be like that for a while, but eventually, of course, we want to integrate all the blockchains. But for now, I would definitely use a third-party wallet.
Next is DRH is saying, okay, maybe I created the account from within the Tron account, so that could be an issue. So to reset the passphrase, don't worry, you can just set up a new passphrase, and once you do it, it will replace the old passphrase that was set up on your device. Just make sure to add it to a different pin than your 24-word seed phrase, and then try to add an account using the add account button on the top right.
And Eunice, what I would say is if you're starting with a passphrase, try to give your accounts, at least at the beginning, right? Just try to give your accounts different names that show which one is using a passphrase and which one is just secured by the normal PIN, right? You can, when you create your account, you can choose the name. So for example, you can call an account I don't know, this, and then for example, pass, something like this, at least at the beginning. So while you get used to managing almost like 2 sets of private keys that can help.
Next is Patrick is saying thank you both for your time. So welcome Patrick, and we hope that we can help you out in resolving your issue as soon as possible. Next is Queen Satoshi saying Nano X update please. So Queen, I've already linked the steps that you need to follow to update the firmware. So just open the link and then it will redirect you to a help center article on our website, and then it will give you all the steps to update the firmware, if that's what you were asking us before.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And that was the last question for now, at least. So guys, before we wrap up the stream, so not like we would be finishing early, to be honest. But if you guys have any more questions, you can drop them in the chat. Yeah, we'll do our best to help. If not, is there anything else going on these days at Ledger?
At Ledger.
I mean, there is stacks. So we've started. So if you just joined the stream, here's a question from Abbas. Does Ledger have any staking pools for Cardano where Ledger owners could delegate to? Yes, actually, in Ledger Live, I think there is a Ledger pool, but let me check if it's... So you add a Cardano account and you move some ADA to the account, and then here. It's that pool here is LBF1 Ledger by Figment. So that's the official quote unquote Ledger pool. So you can use that and stake with us. Or if you don't like to stake with us, you can stake with anyone else you want. But of course, we would recommend Ledger.
Yeah, that's okay. This was last, I guess.
Yeah, so is there anything else? So yeah, so if you just joined the stream, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. What else has been going on? So stacks is being shipped right now. So if you guys pre-order, just be patient. Like the stacks are being like shipped to you guys. I just got mine recently.
Yeah. It's in batches. So if you're into batch 1, batch 2, and batch 3, so it will depend on which batch you are. And yeah, it will be shipped accordingly. Okay, we can talk about some airdrops that are going to be dropped in this month.
Yeah, so there is a lot of projects that are going to airdrop tokens to their community. So if you guys are in those communities, like you might have an airdrop waiting for you. So ZK Sync, Blast, there is a bunch. Just be careful. Whenever there is an airdrop, there is also a lot of scams going on. So I mean, those are basics, but they're always very useful to go over. Typically, scammers will try to get you to share your 24-word recovery phrase or to make you sign a transaction on a sketchy website. That transaction will basically be blind signed, so you don't know what's going on the device, right? There will be a bunch of question marks on the screen or like numbers and stuff, very abstract. And what the transaction is actually asking you is, do you give this smart contract access to your ETH or your USDT or your NFTs or whatever? And so if you sign that transaction, then you're giving the smart contract that is malicious and controlled by the scammer access to some tokens in your account. And so you can get scammed that way, right? And that's particularly the case around airdrop season. So that's one thing to watch out for. And then there is the recovery phrase thing, right?
Yep. It will just ask you to either they will ask you to open a link and then it will look like a legit app, but then they'll ask you to enter your 24-word seed phrase in order to claim this kind of NFT basically or some scam. So do not fall for that, guys. You don't need to give your 24-word seed phrase or private keys to anyone to get your airdrop. It should be given to you without any. It's an airdrop, so it should be dropped to your address without any private keys involving. So make sure to not fall for that, and just keep it 24-word safe. Always offline. Never take a photo of it. Keep it in a password manager or something like that. Just keep it offline on a piece of paper. And if you want to use it, like even improve the security, you can use a crypto steel storage solution, and then you can also use to store the private keys on there.
Yeah, so be careful. There was recently in the news on Twitter, for example, CoinGecko announced that they had been victim of data breach via a third-party provider. And so a lot of email addresses and details had been, will end up on the dark web, which means that a lot of scammers will get their hands on those email addresses and then send phishing emails. So just again, it's, those phishing emails, they can't hurt you really unless you follow the links and then share your 24-hour recovery phrase. That's really the way to get wrecked in crypto, and you should never again share your 24-hour recovery phrase. And then finally, Stocknet, right? There's an app in Ledger Live.
So the new chain Starknet, which is now supported with the Ledger device, and if your users are like invested into Starknet and want to secure your tokens with your Ledger device, then you can definitely now do this, because now we have a new app for Starknet, and you can use a third-party wallet called Bravos, and you can manage your funds using the third-party app and your Ledger device.
Cool. And then we've got a question from Bastin. Why is there no blind signing for Avalanche if it's using smart contracts and is in EVM? Ledger support email
told me that it doesn't have that.
Oh no, there is blind signing, but not in Ledger Live. You will experience blind signing on Avalanche if you start using dApps outside of Ledger Live, but if you're just doing transaction within Ledger Live with your account, then everything will be clear signed on the device.
He's saying that there is no blind signing feature on AVAX app. I can just check it.
Yeah, good. There should be one, but yeah, let us check actually. Because like the Avalanche app is basically like a copy of the Ethereum app, and because the Ethereum app has blind signing, then the Avalanche app should also have blind signing. But Prince just got his device, so he's gonna check real quick. Yeah, Prince is here. But meanwhile, while he gets set up, I will continue my rant on security. So again, guys, be super careful. Again, your security eventually depends on how well you can protect your private keys. Okay, your 24 recovery phrase is not optional. It's not an afterthought. It's really important. If you give it to someone, or if someone has access to it, they will be able to access your accounts even though they don't have access to your device. Okay, so that's really important that you never give it. A legit account, Ledger support will never ask you for it. If anyone asks you for it, that's a huge red flag. Okay, so run away.
Okay, there isn't that's sitting on the. But it's okay. You can still use the Ethereum app, because it's the same as it's an EVM chain. You can still use the Ethereum app and use blind signing on Ethereum app, and you can still be able to sign transactions on AVAX network. So that is something you can try. And in the meantime, Bastin, we can escalate this feedback to our dev team, because maybe they can add this feature in the next app version of Ledger Live.
Great point.
Also, we have seen that there's some new upgrade on Solana network, right, Dan?
So the Solana network is getting an upgrade at the network level, so that should help with the congestion issue. And soon, Ledger Live will also upgrade. So it will upgrade Solana for your device, so the app will get an upgrade, but Ledger Live itself will get an upgrade that should make all these failed transactions go away, or having less of them in time of congestion. We have a question from XXX8. What's the staking reward if you
stake 1,000 ADA coins with Ledger?
I think you can go to a website, like there is a website called stakingrewards.com, and you can punch your, how much ADA you've got and the provider. So if you choose to stake with Ledger, you put that in there, and then they will tell you like how much rewards you will get. Okay, that's not very nice, Phoenix. Okay.
And what else is there? I don't think there is anything new going on.
Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. All right, guys. So thank you so much. We will wrap up the stream early.
Yep.
But again, that was a pleasure, and we will see you probably next week.
Yep.
Right.
Probably.
Okay, doc. It's okay, Phoenix. Don't worry about it. We know you don't mean. Okay.
Not true.
Okay. He's not sorry.
No, it's okay.
He's not sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. One more question. Go for it.
Bastin. He's not.
He's not a scammer, I promise. All right, Bastin, go for it. And then that'll probably be the last question. Not him, me. Oh, okay. So I'm the scammer. Maybe both of us could potentially be a scammer.
Linwood is saying thanks. Bastin, if you have any more questions, you can just drop it now. Maybe he's typing, maybe it's a long question, I guess that's why.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll wait a second. You're a good man, I can tell, but the people from... Okay. Well, let's not get into it. Sebastian, we're still waiting for your question. If not, we'll just...
Yeah, and I see that you are also on Discord, Bastian, so we can escalate your feedback over there as well, so don't worry.
Okay. Thanks, Phoenix. We appreciate that. Cool. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up before this feed goes out of control.
Yep. So, thank you guys for joining in, and then so we can create more accounts. So let me see this. It's not very clear.
We can create more accounts in one account. What does native? Oh, that's a multiple question actually.
Oh, okay. So we can create more accounts on one account. What does native SegWit mean, and legacy and others, and also can we switch money from one another? So your first question is like you can create as many accounts as you want. There's no maximum limit on how many accounts. If you have like 5 to 10 ETH accounts, AVAX account, doesn't matter. You will just create a new account as many times as you want. SegWit, native SegWit, legacy are different address formats. Basically, legacy is the oldest address format. It's like when the blockchain started, their format was legacy one, and basically this address is like they were like old, and then maybe there is a little difference in the transaction fees. Maybe if it's an old address, it will give you like a little bit more expensive to transact on that address. And the new ones are the native SegWit ones, is the fast transactions, cheaper transactions. And definitely all address formats are compatible with each other, so you can definitely send your tokens from one address format to another, and doesn't matter.
I think Linwood was asking for the Discord link, so we can drop that in the chat as well.
Okay. Yeah, but I'll just invite you. I'll just drop the link so you can get in.
Yeah. So Prince is always in the Discord, so if you want to hit him up,
yep,
he's here. Dirty, hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, Dan?
It's been a long time. Yeah, and it's almost the end of the stream. So if you guys if you have one last question, we'll take it. If not, we'll just wrap it up. Prince is about to drop the Discord link in the chat as well, so you guys can join. It's a good place to talk about crypto. There's a lot of people.
As well. NFT is new. There are new raffles that we do on Discord as well. So if you take part in ledger quests, then you can take part in these raffles and then win some goodies and prizes, for example.
Okay.
I'm just searching how will I share the link to the Discord.
Yeah. I think actually we do. I can show you an easier way. You go to Google and you type Discord ledger open. Yeah, that's the one. It's an invite up.
No worries, Phoenix. It's okay.
Linwood. I'm just gonna drop this invite here. Yeah, you can follow that. And by the way, guys, so everything that applies, like regarding scams, they also happen on Discord. So you might get like some scammers getting into your DMs asking you like if you need any help, or like fake ledger support. So again, be super suspicious. And Bastien is asking, can we switch from native SegWit to legacy, or do we have to do a transaction like normally? Yes, when you create your account, you can choose the account type. As Prince was saying, just go for native SegWit. It's the latest. It's cheaper to use, a little cheaper as well. So go for that instead of legacy. And you can send from, if you want to consolidate everything into a native SegWit account, you will have to send from the legacy account to the SegWit, native SegWit account, right? So that will take a transaction. Yeah,
you cannot merge both the addresses. Like you cannot switch from one address to another. You have to transfer your funds from one address to another, basically.
Cool.
And that's it. So guys, do not follow for any DMs. We don't ask you for a 24 words seed phrase. We don't send you an SMS. We don't offer any phone support. Anything suspicious is a scamming tactic on you. So don't get fished and don't get scammed, guys.
And we've got a question about Oh, you've been on the stream before, Phoenix. I remember no, maybe it's not you. But I had someone asking a lot of questions about the CL card. When in the US?
It's still
that's the question.
But that's the thing. Like, still been rolling out progressively. We finished EU. We finished UK. I think now we're gonna focus on US and Canada. That's the two biggest markets that we're gonna open up next. But of course, CL card is not our product. It's not our product. It's not by Ledger. CL card is a service that is offered by a separate independent company called Banks, and they have the power to like expand the markets and create expand this thing.
Yeah, and Banks is spelled like BAANX. Definitely, like if you want the card, if you want to speed up the process, send an email to Banks and tell them you want the card. That's the best way to do it. They might have a Twitter account as well. So go on Twitter, tell them that you want the card as soon as possible, because at the end of the day, they are the distributor and they decide if you want to launch the product over there. We're just providing the technology, right? So yep. Cool. Thanks a lot, the questions keep coming.
Nice.
So Linda is asking, do I need to pay a fee to join your Discord?
No, there is no. It's like completely free, guys, and it's and then support, same thing. You don't have to open. If you don't want to reach us by email, you can definitely there are a few channels that you can join in and drop your questions. And we have a few moderators on the channel. One of them is I think already watching us. His name is BT, and he'll help you. He's like very active and he'll reply to your questions as soon as you drop them in the thread.
Could this be the last question? I don't know.
Let's see. Hope slow. Let's try to close it again.
So guys, again, thank you so much. That was Prince and Dan from Ledger Support. We'll be back next week with a new stream. So if you have any questions, come to those streams. They're usually at 4:30 p.m. on CET time, that's Paris time. And if you have any questions about your Ledger, crypto, Ledger Live, whatever related to crypto, come to the stream, ask your question. In the meantime, please do not share your recovery phrase. Thanks, Wendy. And take care. Bye-bye.